we need to talk about female empowerment. In response to our Collective Shout campaigns against the sexual objectification and exploitation of women, an argument we sometimes hear is that some women find these practices empowering. But when people argue that sexist and sexually objectifying representations of women are empowering, that women posting pornographic images of their bodies online is empowering, that women being subjected to violent, degrading, and abusive porn sex acts empowers women, or that men's paid sexual access to women's bodies is empowering women, then the word empowering has become meaningless. What does it mean to be empowered? Is empowerment nothing more than a feeling, a state of mind, a defense of misogynistic practices? Or does it involve real-world conditions, advancing the status of women as a whole, women globally having rights, education, a voice, actual power? In a culture that teaches women from the earliest of ages that their value lies in their physical attractiveness and sexual appeal to men, being wanted sexually by men can be validating, but individual validation for being sexually attractive is not meaningful power, nor is it advancing women's collective rights. The power that comes from being sexually desirable to men is temporary, it's conditional, and it's entirely dependent on men's continued approval. If pornified portrayals of women as passive, interchangeable, sexualized props was really the means of obtaining power, and this is a big if, then why isn't the same treatment being extended to men? And why is it that this so-called empowerment is only found within practices of sexual objectification and not in women's resistance to them? Being reduced to the status of object, a thing for someone else's sexual use, doesn't give women power. Practices that are premised on and perpetuate women's inequality, that diminish women's humanity, don't give women power, they reduce women's power. Sexual objectification harms women as a whole, even if a few women benefit from it or say that they choose it. To learn more about the documented harm to women and girls from sexualization and sexual objectification, and to find out what you can do to stop it, head to collectiveshout.org and join us in the fight for a world free of sexploitation.